And welcome everybody, this is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. Happy Friday! This is Forex Trading for Beginners and Melbourne 2 AM, Singapore 11 PM, Madrid 4 PM, London, England 3 PM, and New York, USA and Toronto, Canada 11 AM. So good morning, good evening or good afternoon. Traders, our goal for you is to become consistently profitable, minimum 3 months, and you should know when, how, and why, and when you make and or lose money. You should not be allowed to trade with real money until you reach the goal. What is the goal? To become consistently profitable. If you are not going to listen to us, here is the risk disclaimer. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, and the webinars are not investment or trading advice. They are for educational purposes only. Your job is to question everything, and remember, trading in the end is 80% psychological, emotional, and only 20% technical. And remember that if you have difficulties being profitable consistently, you probably still have things to learn. And if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? Just try, give it a try. Also remember that 90% of traders who makes it, meaning they are trading for a living, trading is their profession, makes it between the 3rd and the 5th year. For homeworks or questions or coaching or training, you have the Gmail contact, the Skype contact, and the LinkedIn contact, everybody. So today we are closing the March topic, everybody. We are closing today the trading Japanese candlesticks, okay? So if you have any question, today is the day. Now is the right time to ask. Next week we are starting the so-called trading week, and we are going to start teaching you how to trade the Fibonacci numbers not in April but 1 week before, in March. Okay, so today we are closing the trading Japanese candlesticks, and let's dive into the live markets. And today we need to talk about support, resistance, pivot points, and the Japanese candlestick formations. Okay, let's open a chart. It doesn't matter what kind of chart. And let's talk about candlestick formations and support and resistance and pivot points, right? Oh, let me open one chart with the... Let's open AUD USD, everybody. AUD USD is just an example. You can open a different one, but I have support levels, resistance levels, pivot point levels, right? And we are going to talk about today how to deal, what to do when a bearish and a bullish candlestick formation appear near a pivot point. What should we do? Okay, let's wait for the software to answer. There you go. This is the monthly chart first. This is the monthly chart, right? And as you can see, we are at support right now. This is the support level. Don't bother with the indicators, we didn't learn them yet, but we are at support right now. So how to deal, what to do, right? And let's say that we have support here. Let's say that we have resistance here, right? And let's say that we have a pivot point here. Okay, so when we are in a retracement, right, and we are here right now, okay, and this is support. So when a bearish candlestick formation appear up here, right, it's just an example. It goes on to all time frames. Background color red, red. Okay, so we have here a bearish candlestick formation near support, and we have a bullish candlestick formation at support. This is a question for you, everybody. So what should you do, right? And in the opposite direction is the same example. So we are moving up and up and up, and we are going to hit resistance, right? And the market is going to show you both. You're going to have a bullish candlestick formation telling you to go up, and when the time comes, so this will be right here, okay. When the time comes, so this is the bullish candlestick formation, and when the time comes at resistance, we are going to see a bearish candlestick formation, right? Happens all the time. So this is the wick of the candle. And the third question is going to be, everybody, a pivot point, right? So we have the market going from the downside up, right? It's going to retrace, it's going to break the pivot point, and then it's going to reverse and again move, right? Okay, this should be better. Yeah, like this. Okay, so this is a pivot point, and we are going to have, again, we're going to have both, right? We're going to have a bullish candlestick formation approaching the pivot point, and we're going to have a bearish candlestick formation approaching or at the pivot point, right? And from the other side, the same. We are going to have a bearish candlestick formation approaching the pivot point, and we're going to have a bullish candlestick formation at the pivot point. Okay? Take a screenshot, everybody, or make a picture with your cell phone, whatever. This happens all the time. Okay? The market is waving, is going to get near support. The market is waving, is going to get to resistance. The market is going to wave, is going to hit the pivot point, maybe it's going to break the pivot point. Hello, Miguel. Buy at support, short at resistance. Which graph, Miguel? Which chart? Which graph? The number one. Which graph? Which example? Picture number one. Picture number two. Picture number two. And the pivot point is going to be picture number three. So which one? Buy at support, short at resistance. Picture number one, picture number two, picture number three. Number one buy, number two short. What about number three? What about number three, Miguel? El Professor, hello, 74, great name. Buy at resistance on number 3. Miguel says buy 3 and short in this order. Okay, so Miguel, you are going to buy at support, right, and short resistance, and buy at resistance on number 3. Okay, so let's go step by step. Teacher Miguel and teacher El Professor 74, question for you about picture number 1. You are saying buy at support. So my question for you is, teacher, but we are in a downtrend. Didn't you teach us that we should sell bearish candlestick formations in a downtrend? So now you are telling us that we should buy in a downtrend. So I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, I'm just asking you because I don't understand. I mean buy at support on number 3. Yes, El Professor, but let's go step by step for everybody, okay? Beginner traders, let's go step by step. Teacher Miguel said buy at support. Okay, no problem about that, but I'm asking you, should we buy because we are in a downtrend? Welizar says expect reversal. For the picture number 1, everybody, what should we do? Should we buy? Should we sell? Should we short the bearish candlestick formation? Should we buy the bullish candlestick formation? What should we do? Welizar says buy, but teacher Welizar, but I'm in a downtrend. I'm in a downtrend. Anytime buy the bullish. Okay, okay. I'm in a downtrend, everybody. Trend change. Yes, yes. Okay. So, everybody. Number 1. You can do picture number 1. You can do, Miguel says, but you have a bullish candlestick formation and price reacts at support. Yes, but this is theory, teacher Miguel. You are right in theory. Okay, so let's talk about trading. You are not wrong, don't worry. Let's talk about trading. You can do both. Okay, so let's address picture number 1. On 1 you sell on bearish. Yes. Okay, so when this happens, everybody, we are going to talk first about theory, then we are going to check the live chart. Okay, so you can go short on the counter trendline break. Okay, picture number 1, you can go short on the counter trendline break. If it drops below pivot, it may turn to resistance. Yes, but when you trade, you don't have the crystal ball, right? But this is going to happen. You're going to have both. You're going to have bullish and bearish. So you can short the market knowing that you are approaching support. Okay, you can short the market, but you should know that you are approaching support. So you can go short, but you need to address your risk and reward. Okay, now take my advice if you want, or do your thing, it doesn't matter. Don't buy the bullish candlestick formation as soon as it appears. Don't buy yet. Why not? Because sometimes, I'm going to show you, sometimes the market is going to form a bullish candlestick formation, but it's going to retrace a little bit and it's going to go through the support. Okay, so you want to be safe as a beginner trader, you want to be safe in your trading, so don't buy the bullish candlestick formation. Not yet. We are going to buy, yes, give me some seconds to explain, but I'm telling you, don't buy it as soon as you see it. Don't buy. Okay, so what you are going to do, everybody, if you want to take my advice, when you see a bullish candlestick formation at a support level, wait for the market to start making higher highs and higher lows before you are entering the market. So we are not going to buy the bullish candlestick formation support as soon as possible, no. So we are going to wait for the market. If this bullish candlestick formation is going to hold, if the market is going to react, as Miguel said, then the market is going to start making higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs together again with bullish candlestick formation. So if you buy in here as soon as possible, you are taking unnecessary risks, everybody. Because in theory, yes, the market should react, but in the live markets we know that sometimes the market falls 50, 100 pips before it reverses, right? So if you buy in here, everybody, you are breaking the trend management rules. Oh, Passion, but it says it's at support. Yes, it is, but you are still in a downtrend. You are still in a downtrend. El Professor says on downtrend he can break support and go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, but there is no right or wrong. You can short the bearish candlestick formation at support, and you can buy. You can go long with the bullish after the market reverses the trend. Okay, if you are going to enter buying bullish candlestick formation just because you think that the market is going to reverse, well, maybe you're right, maybe you aren't, but you are entering the market prematurely and you are taking unnecessary risks. Okay, so before you enter an opposite position from the downtrend to an uptrend, be sure that the market showed you, right, higher highs and higher lows. Only then you enter going long. And El Professor says on downtrend this is the worst pinpoint to buy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, and when finally the market starts to reverse, start making higher highs, higher lows, guess what he's going to do? He's going to do again another bullish candlestick formation. Okay, so remember this, everybody, at pivot points and support and resistance levels, don't buy the first candlestick formation that you see. Wait for the market to show you. Maybe if you want to win 15 pips fast, maybe, but you are taking unnecessary risks, because we need to wait for the market to show us what he's going to do, right? And even though sometimes we are going to lose, everybody, sometimes, still example number one, sometimes the market is going to make 2 higher highs and 2 higher lows and smack us down. Okay, so be sure that you have your equity management in place. Okay, so this is number one, bullish and bearish candlestick formation approaching support. Now resistance picture, we're going to clean up the chart a little bit. Now we are approaching resistance, right? So should we sell in here? Should we sell a resistance? Should we sell a resistance? I have a bearish candlestick formation at resistance with the counter trendline break. Should I go short right now, everybody? I have a bearish candlestick formation at resistance and I have a counter trendline break. Should I go short right now? What do you think? There is no right or wrong. What do you think? Or should I go long? What should I do? Okay, I'm going to go long with the counter trendline break first, being aware that I'm approaching a level of resistance, right? So this is going to be my take profit, and I should not risk more than I'm going to make. But at resistance I have bearish candlestick formations, and this is like the Canada JPY pair today, right? Should I short right now? What do you think? There is no right or wrong. Wait for highs and lows to form after. Yes, sir. Congratulations. Yes, sir. It's the same just in the opposite direction. So for you to be safe, wait for the market to show you lower lows and lower highs. And when it's going to make lower lows and lower highs, a bearish candlestick formation is going to appear again, because the market is doing the same things over and over again, right? And you are going to short the second swing down if you want, right? With the counter trendline break. And sometimes, again, there is no guarantee. Sometimes the market is going to make lower lows, lower highs, and is going to smack you in the face. It's going to shoot up, right? Oh, I thought, yes, me too, you know, but the market is unpredictable, so be aware to put your stop loss order, right? Don't risk too much, okay? And when this happens when we think that we are at support or resistance, but in reality we are at a pivot point number 3. What is the difference between simple support and resistance levels on the monthly chart is that pivot point is an area where the market reacts from both sides. It has a reaction from the upside down and downside up. This is a pivot point, right? It's my it's my nightmare. Yes, yes, it's a nightmare, but it's just, you know, practice how to identify the patterns, right? So now, how to trade bullish and bearish candlestick formation in a pivot point is a little bit different. Okay, we are going to mix the two. So I'm in an uptrend so far, right? So I'm going to go long with the counter trendline break first. I'm going to go long, right? And I'm going to go long. Now I know that I have a pivot point here, so I'm going to be conscious about my take profit, right? But I also know that because this is a pivot point, the market sooner or later is going to, most likely, no guarantees for the future, but I'm going to show you in the live chart in about a minute, but most likely the market is going to go through the pivot point. So I should take my profits here, but I can also decide to let my profits run. Of course, if the market isn't going to stop me out, right? And there is no right or wrong. Sometimes the market goes through the pivot point, sometimes the market reverses and retests the bullish candlestick formation. So there is no right or wrong, and we don't have the crystal ball, right? But this is different. This approach, this trade management at the pivot point is different when approaching simple support or resistance levels. Okay, so you can choose for yourself, or to let maybe your profits run from your long trade, or maybe to close your profits, take your profits at the pivot point. Now, difficult question, everybody. Should I sell my bearish candlestick formation at the pivot point? This is where pivot points are different in trade management than simple support and resistance levels. Should I go short? What do you think? There is no right or wrong. We have traders shorting in here, but we have traders staying out, right? So should I take this opportunity? I can expect the market to react at the pivot point, right? Now the question is, should I take a short trade, a short scalp or whatever? And the question is, yes, where? Should I short immediately the bearish candlestick formation? Or should I wait for, as Miguel said, should I wait for lower lows and lower highs? What should I do, right? Should I short or should I wait for lower lows, lower highs for the market to show me an entry from the upside down. I mean, can I short a pivot point? Again, wait for the counter trend and bearish candlestick formation and go short. Okay. Now, what is the risk in shorting the pivot point? You have a bullish pivot point, which is this one, right? Because the market is going to continue its uptrend. What is the risk? Shorting. I just have a question. Yes, sir, please. How can I put back a graph in the window? When I put it out, I have too many windows. It's annoying. Are you on JForex? El Professor, are you on JForex or do you use some other platform? Okay, just close the chart. Just close the chart. If you have like this, you have the chart, right? You have the chart here, right? Just click on X, just close the chart. Close the chart and it's going to go inside the window. Okay? So this should work. Okay, now Miguel is right, you can short, but be aware everybody that your short at the pivot point is a retracement. Just with close, yes, it should work with close, just, yes. Okay, so when you are shorting a pivot point, go on the smaller time frame and be prepared to close your trade. Okay, because sooner or later, even though the market is going to most likely react, sooner or later is going to push up back again and go through the pivot point. Okay, so what does this mean for the beginner trader? Shorting the pivot point is risky. Write this down. I closed, but it's just gone. I don't know, El Professor. I don't know how to help you here. Because if I close, mine are getting back, so I don't know how to help you. But you can write an email to the support, okay? Or maybe if somebody from the community knows how to deal with the chart. El Professor has difficulties, he is closing the charts. And Miguel says close the trade before the main trend line. Yes, it's an option. It's an option. But for the beginner trader, okay, this is risky, so don't short. If you are a complete beginner, let's say that you are trading for 3 months, 6 months, a year, after a year you're still a beginner in Forex. Okay, don't tell me no, I'm a prophet. Yes, you are, okay. You know, 1 year you are still a beginner in Forex. Okay, so don't short, don't go short at pivot points. Go with the trend. Okay, so yes, of course you can short. I'm not telling you not to do. I'm just telling you that shorting a pivot point for the beginner trader is risky. Just this, because the market is going to react and retrace again and go back further up. Now we are on the other side of the pivot point and we have the same market, right? And we have a bearish candlestick formation and we have a bullish candlestick formation. What should we do? And this is a tricky question, everybody. It seems easy, but it's not. What should we do on the opposite side of the pivot point? We have a bearish candlestick formation and we have a bullish candlestick formation. So should I short my bearish candlestick formation and should I go long with the counter trend line on my bullish? What do you think? There is no right or wrong, but technically speaking, this is a tricky question, right? Should I short my bearish candlestick formation approaching a pivot point on the other side? Yes, I can, right? I just need to be aware that I'm in an uptrend, and sooner or later the market is going to react. Going long with your counter trend means you follow the trend, no retracement. Annie, close your short position and wait for the next opportunity. Hello Annie, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Okay, so we are not going to short the market. Now, when should we take a long trade? As soon as possible, or should we wait for something? I have a bullish candlestick formation and a counter trendline break. Should I go long right now? Should I go long or should I wait for higher highs, higher lows? What should I do, right? And everybody, the most important thing about candlestick formations near levels of resistance and support and pivot points, all of this that we are teaching you right now is predictable. Write this down. Market reactions at these levels are predictable. Okay? And Annie says, wait, El Professor, wait, new spot, Miguel, wait, counter trend plus higher highs. Okay, yes, very good everybody, there is no right or wrong, right? So if you wait for the two highs and lows, you are less risky. But also Miguel, when you said, you are right, we are still in an uptrend. Okay, this is theory. Now here is the live chart. AUD USD live chart, and okay, I'm going to delete the indicators, delete the Fibonacci's. We are going to learn in 2 weeks the Fibonacci's, right? And this is the monthly chart. I'm going to switch on the daily chart. This is what we are talking about today. Daily chart, right? It's just an example, so let me find another example. Okay, this is a pivot point, right? Let me see. Okay, this is a pivot point. So look at this everybody, this is a pivot point, AUD USD, daily chart, right? And come on. And we are teaching you also, everybody, that you should know why do you win, and you should know. Can we check GBP? Yes, we can. Just let me finish here, okay? We are going to check GBP JPY. Yes, sir. So now this is the live market, and we are teaching you that you should know why you win, why you lose, right? So we have here, not this one, we have here a bearish candlestick formation here, right? And we have here a bullish candlestick formation. And this is a pivot point, right? So our example theory was an uptrend, right? Just you need to understand also a downtrend, right? And what did we say about a pivot point in an uptrend? What did we say? That we, right, when we are on the other side, we said that we are not going to go short in here. Remember, a few minutes ago, we said we are not going to go short in here because we are still in an uptrend, and sooner or later the market is going to break the pivot point. So the same goes in a downtrend, right? When we are approaching a pivot point from the upside down, right? And of course, we don't have the crystal ball, right? But we say to you, okay, don't, if you are going from the upside down, you could be shorting the market, right? But don't buy at the pivot point. Because yes, the market should retrace, but sooner or later, because as Miguel said, we are still in a downtrend. What are the settings of your pivot indicator so I can copy? I use JForex. This is not, I'm going to show you on the GBP, JPY, this is not an indicator. I put it manually here. Okay, I put it manually, and it's not a line, it's an area. But I'm going to show you on the GBP, JPY in just a second. Okay. So the market reacted, went up, right? And look at my short trade, right? This is my short trade in here, and if I don't have the proper education, I'm going to start panicking, right? Oh, the market is against me, man, what should I do? I should have bought the market. No. Understand and believe in your education. So stay strong. Trade with passion, but stay strong and believe in your education, because at pivot point, sooner or later, the market is going to break through the pivot point. So your short trade was much less risky than your long trade. See, everybody, this is the live market. This is how the market behaves. I mean, yes, you can go long also, but you need to be aware that sooner or later the market is going to fall. Now, as a trader, if I'm going long and I'm going to lose, what is going to be my answer? Why did I lose? I didn't do anything wrong, right? I had the bullish candlestick formation with the counter trendline break. Why did I lose? Why the market reversed and fall? All this is predictable. Who knows the answer? Why did I lose my long trade on the pivot point? It goes the same on every currency pair in every time frame. Okay, why did I lose? Well, I lost because if I compress my chart, right, I don't have the crystal ball. What I was buying a down retracement. This is why I lost. I was buying in the worst possible area, right? I mean, I could micromanage this trade, you know, as El Professor said. I could micromanage my trade and get out with 15 pips. But I'm telling you, for the beginner trader, this is risky. This is risky trading. Okay? Oh, passion, can I do? Yes, you can. But it's risky. Go with the trend. Right? We explained to you, you should sell bearish candlestick formations after the retracement in a downtrend, and you should buy bullish candlestick formation after the retracement in an uptrend. Everything depends on exposition. If you use 5%, you can wait. At 50 margin, you will panic for small movement. It's normal. I did it so many times. Everything depends on exposition. If you use 5%, you can wait. At 50% margin, you will panic for small movement. It's normal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, let's move on. GBP, JP point. Right? So this is, the red is the resistance, the green is support on the monthly chart, and this color is the pivot point, because we have the market reaction, right? We have the market reaction from the upside down, right, and downside up. We have, so this is a pivot point in here. Where is any? Are you still there, any? So this is the monthly chart, GBP JPY. Yeah, I hear something like, okay. Oh, El Professor, you are welcoming. Okay, great. So it's not an indicator. I just put and drag my resistance here, right? I just put and drag my horizontal line from the upside down to find resistance, right? This is one resistance, this is the second resistance, and this is the third resistance. It's not an indicator, okay? You can do it. I mean, I don't know of any indicators about like this. Maybe if anybody knew. Okay, Eddington, don't tell all my secrets. Okay, don't tell all my secrets. So, and for the support, the same. You are going from the downside up, and you want to find levels of support, right, where the market reacted just from one side, not two. So this is support, and when you find both, it's a pivot point. So we have our reaction here, right? So this is going to be resistance again, right? This is going to be resistance because we don't have from the upside down. We have just a reaction from the downside up, right? The market react. This is resistance, and here again it's maybe I should put lower like this. And any and everybody else, pivot points and support and resistance are levels, not just horizontal lines. Okay, so El Professor, what is your question about GBP JPY? This is the monthly chart. Okay, what else? Let me see. So we have here reaction here. This is a pivot point down here. Okay, because we have reaction from both sides of the pivot point. Let me see. What else? Am I missing something? Well, maybe you can have a resistance here again. The market went up and reacted. This is resistance, and I think we are done with the GBP JPY, right? I use the 4 hour and 1 hour. Okay, so those are the pivot points, and we are going the 4 hour chart, and this is the 4 hour chart. So right now, come on, right now we are in an uptrend, right? We are in an uptrend on the 4 hour chart. Let's color code this in black. Okay, so this is the uptrend, right? And you are in between, El Professor. We are in between the resistance and the pivot point. Okay, for the beginner traders, stay out of the GBP pair until the Brexit saga is finished. I didn't check the news today, but so far I know that they are deal, and then they said that no deal, deal again, no deal. You know, the European Union, they don't know what to do. The Brits, they don't know what to do. So there is a lot of uncertainty on the GBP pairs. So if you ask me, stay out of the GBP pairs if you're a beginner trader. But technically speaking, we are in an uptrend, right? The market is making higher highs, higher lows. We have the up structure. Okay, up structure so far. And what can we do? Well, you can go long after the counter trendline break. It's happening right now if you want. Okay, we talked about trade management this month many times. We talked about where to put your stop loss. There is no pivot point on 4 hour and 1 hour. Yes, they are, but are here, are far, far away. See? You have a resistance at, I'm going to write to you, you have resistance at, it's an area, resistance, okay, at 157.233. This is resistance. It's not this number, it's an area, remember, and you have a pivot point down here. Pivot point, it's also an area, it's not a number, but for your reference, 123.8.967, okay, for your reference. Okay, understand, but it's really long-term trade now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody, AUD USD monthly chart. AUD USD monthly chart. Look at this candle. See, I have my support at this line. I have my support at this line here, and look at the wick of this candle. So this is why we are telling you support and resistance and pivot points are area, right? So you know that it's going to reverse sooner or later, but look at this candle. The market pushed down, okay, so I should have my line just as a reference lower, right? So those are areas. Okay, GBP JPY back again. I understand, but it's really long-term trade. Yes, sir. In more short-term trader. Well, if you are trading only 1 hour and the 4-hour chart, so the daily is going to be your reference. El Professor, what do you see on the... This is the daily chart. What do you see? This is GBP JPY daily chart. What do you see? If you are trading on a 1 hour and 4 hours, the daily should be your reference. What do you see on the daily? Should you go short? Should you go long? I see big resistance. Yes, sir. But this is only one thing. What else do you see? Short. Are you sure, El Professor? Are you sure to go short? Because Eddington is laughing right now. Are you sure, El Professor, to go short? Because what I see, I agree with you, we have resistance, but what I see is an uptrend right now. And what else I see? I see a bullish engulfing candle. So I wouldn't go short, and I don't have the crystal ball, okay? I wouldn't go short right now. You know, if you ask me what to do right now, well, on the 4-hour chart, if this candle closes long, if you want on the smaller time frame, right, you can go long. Just be aware, right, that you are far away of the trend line. This is number one. Number two, maybe this market is locked into a sideways channel. I don't know, I don't have the crystal ball, right? But I can prepare myself as a trader. So if the market is going to do this, I'm going to do that. If the market is going to behave differently, I'm going to do the other thing, right? So maybe we are locked in the sideways channel, right? So if you're going to go long, double bottom, yes sir. So if you're going to go long, it's not the best, but put your stop loss somewhere in down here. Okay, somewhere in here your stop loss if you want. Okay, I'm staying out of GBP pairs. I'm not trading GBP pairs. I'm staying out so far. And if you are going to lose, if the market is going to go up and crash you, if you are going to lose this trade, why did you lose? What is going to be the answer? If you're going to lose on the 4-hour time frame, what is going to be the answer? Why did you lose? Well, there are few reasons, right? Long term, the market is, as you said before, the market is prone to fall, right? But when we trade, we don't have the crystal ball, so this is going to be a reaction to our trade. Okay, if we are going to lose, maybe the market is going to retrace on the daily, and if the market is not going to retrace on the daily, well, we didn't enter at the retracement. We entered in an extension, right? So we should enter a long trade in here. This was the retracement, right? Extension, retracement, extension, retracement, and extensions are bigger than retracements, right? So we have one or two options why we can lose. Why we can win? We can win because the market made a bullish engulfing candle, signaling us that maybe the market is going to go up. Yes, I would wait if I were you, and I would stay out of the GBP pairs. If I'm a beginner, I'm not trading GBP pairs until the Brexit is solved. I mean, they decided what and how and when and everything. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Happy Friday, go relax, and we are going to be back on Monday. Remember, no learning anymore. On Monday, starting from Monday, we are going to enter in a so-called trading week. We are going to trade every day, 1 hour. We are going to look for trading opportunities. And remember, you need to be responsible for yourself. These webinars are not trading or investment advice. Okay? That being said, thank you, Aske. See you back on Monday. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, everybody. So stay strong and go relax. No trading with passion during the weekend. Stay strong and go relax. Okay, everybody. Stay safe and see you back on Monday. This is FXPassion signing off.